Seamus Heaney was an Irish poet, born April 13th, 1939, in Derry County, Northern Ireland. He died on August 30th, 2013. He was the oldest of 9 children, and all of his family before him were either mill workers or cattle drivers. He attended local grammar schools near Mossbawn and at the age of 12 received a scholarship to replace farm labor. He got a scholarship to St. Columb's College. After college, he married Mary Devlin, a teacher who had 2 sons and a daughter, and he became a lecturer at St. Joseph's College and Queen's University. Although he has won many achievements, the largest one was winning the Nobel Prize in Literature. He was also dubbed Commander of the Order of Arts and Letters and has received the T.S. Eliot Award. Now there will be a reading by Andrew Verdman of one of the 8 sonnets in Clearances by Seamus Heaney, although the entire analysis is on all of them. This is sonnet number 3 of the collections and is easily known as one of his most famous sonnets that he has written.
When all the others were away at mess, I was all hers as we peeled potatoes. They broke the silence, let fall one by one, like solder weeping off the soldering iron. Cold comforts set between us, things to share, gleaming in a bucket of clean water, and again let fall. Little pleasant splashes from each other's work would bring us to our senses. So, while the parish priest at her bedside went hammer and tongs at the prayers for the dying, and some were responding and some crying, I remembered her head bent towards my head, her breath in mine, our fluent dipping knives, never closer the whole rest of our lives.
Throughout all of these sonnets, he remains with the one rule that they all have 14 lines. They are not all broken up in the octave split and sestet splits that are usually used, but he always has 14 lines. Another very apparent difference between Seamus Heaney's sonnets and other writers' sonnets is he does not follow the regular A-B-A-B, C-D, C-D, E-F, E-F, G-G rhyme scheme, but he uses his own rhyme schemes that work with the words that he would like to use. This is why some of the sonnets in this piece can be described as Shakespearean or blank forms, but the rest can only be described as Heaney-esque. Another very important part of Seamus Heaney's writing is his word choice. He can instantly show mood in his poems by just using some certain words. It's also shown when he is saying that the people of his town called his great-grandmother names. He doesn't just say that, he specifically tells you what they called her and puts it in places that really sticks out and makes you notice it. In many of the sonnets, the first lines will stay on one topic and have one meaning, and the next few lines will stay on that same topic but have a different meaning. Usually, the second meaning is the polar opposite of the first, and he does this by just changing his words. Something interesting and reoccurring in these poems is that Seamus Heaney uses certain objects to make you think of different people throughout his life. An example of this is when he uses cobblestone being tossed towards him to represent his great-grandmother, and he brings up the stone in a new light, making you think whether it is the same person or if it means something totally different. The main theme of these poems is loss. It explains the feeling of losing someone and the feeling before and after you lose someone or something important in your life. An underlying theme is morality. It isn't just about the death of one person, and it isn't just talking about death itself. It mainly focuses on his mother passing away, with glimpses of his other family members coming in. I think that overall this poem is about the loss of his mother, although it talks about the loss of other family members. I think that overall this poem is about reminiscing of the good times you've had with the people that you love. And I think that's why, while this is supposed to be a darker, more somber story, because he has lost family members and his mom, I think there's an underlying tone that is supposed to feel happy because he has had those times with his mother and that he remembers all of those good times that he's had with his mom and family.